As we told you earlier, Corey Monteith's official cause of death has been confirmed as a mixture of heroin and alcohol overdose. We're now joined by Dr. Daniel Bober, a board-certified psychiatrist here, to help us shed some light on this tragedy and perhaps spot the signs of addiction before it's too late. Doctor, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Good, Roxy. How are you?
I'm doing well this morning. British Columbia coroner's report confirmed a mix of heroin and alcohol. Heroin, the drug, that's a pretty serious advanced drug on the spectrum of different things to take, right?
Yes, it is really a very serious drug. We've actually seen a resurgence of the use of heroin in South Florida now that the prescription painkiller situation is more under control. So it's definitely coming back hard.
What does the drug actually do to one's body?
Well, heroin is an opiate, so it actually affects the pain receptors in the body, and if taken in high enough amounts, it can cause people to overdose and stop breathing.
And actually stop breathing?
Actually stop breathing, correct.
Wow. One of the things that throws me off most about this story as you continue to read about Corey Monteith and his life, so many friends close to him are coming out saying now that he lived this double life. He was one way when he was on set with Glee with his girlfriend Leah Michelle, but then when he went back home to Vancouver, he was kind of a loose cannon, a completely different person, went back to the drugs. Is that something that's common with somebody who's dealing with substance abuse, living this so-called double life?
It's pretty unusual to be able to hide it from the people that are closest to you, but some people can do it. You know, perhaps his greatest performance was in his private life, not his public life. But generally, the people that are closest to you will see signs that you are under the influence or becoming addicted to a substance. What
are some of the signs to look for?
Generally, when you start looking at drug abuse, you'll see people start neglecting their job or neglecting their responsibilities. Very often, there'll be more problems in their personal relationships. And that's just the start. And as the abuse goes from abuse to addiction, you'll start to see people use increasing amounts of drug to achieve the same effect or signs of withdrawal. So it's usually something that's progressive and occurs, over a period of time.
And Corey was very open with his struggle with addiction. He said before that he had experience with drugs as early as 12 or 13 years young. Back in March, he checked into rehab himself. He was very open with his fans. What's a solution? Let's say you have somebody in your life and you do see these signs. How do you help this person get out of this hole?
Well, part of the biggest problem in society is we need to destigmatize this illness. 1 in 5 people will suffer from a substance use problem sometime in their lifetime. So the key is recognizing it and creating an environment where people feel like they can come forward to get help. Very often an intervention is required, and you have to surround yourself with a number of people who care about you to get you into treatment, because a lot of times you're not willing to do it on your own. And
I would say maybe even continuing to have those people who are supportive of getting out of that deep hole, because Corey did have an intervention. His family is the one, they had that conversation with him, and that's why he did check himself into rehab. But I guess maybe when he went back to Vancouver, that's where you had the people that kind of weren't as supportive of his recovery.
Right, and we know that the combination of celebrity and addiction is a ticking time bomb, because very often you're surrounded by people that are always telling you yes when what you need to hear is no.
Absolutely. Doctor, thank you so much for
thank
shedding
you,
some light. Hey, Dr. Bober's office is located at 3595 Sheridan Street in Hollywood. If you'd like more information, you can give him a call at 954-967-6776, and you can visit him online at drbober.com.